All right, what is going on, everybody? We are live here from the After Review Studios. I am your host, Pete, and back again for week number 6 of Backyard Bookies with my co host, Scott. Been a wild ride so far. Scott, you're having a real tough go of it the last 2 weeks. How are you feeling, big dog?
I mean, we were talking before we went live. I'm gonna have a great spice tolerance by the end of this year. I can't figure it out. I can't figure anything out. Like you said, TCU is up 17, rolling, no problem, and then just gets killed at the end with just some flukiness. The one game I push, and then the other ones I whiffed completely on. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it all year. Fade me, please fade me. Just in your best interest. I'm here so you don't lose. Fade me.
You
I don't know. I
know,
was I was one on all my picks last week, including the Iowa game with who they I don't remember who they played. Anyway, Indiana. Yeah, I had Indiana and the
under.
in the over. I think I
Oh,
had
the
the
over.
over.
Yes, we had the over. Yes.
Obviously the under. I mean, even the double games were also losses. I was 1-11-1 last week. I don't know how you can get any worse than that. I mean,
I
I don't
wasn't
know.
much better. I wasn't much better. Only had Oregon, took double overtime to win that. But I was really good on my honorable mentions. I kind of crushed my honorable mentions last week. We had Virginia over Florida State. I still don't know if that Florida State receiver's alive after that field rush. I think he's dead and buried on the field. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. You kind of knew after the TCU game, if I was you, I'd be like, oh shit, this is gonna be a bad weekend.
Yep, that's how I felt. I mean, after that game, like, what are we even doing anymore? Like, honestly, like, what is gambling? Why do people do this?
we you
But we're
do it
gonna get right back in there. We're gonna keep
we
going.
do it for the love of the
We're gonna
game.
we're gonna keep shooting our shot. I mean, it's not a very good one, but we're gonna keep shooting. That's
All
all that
right.
matters.
Speaking of shots, what is your first pick for this week?
Well, also speaking of shots, we talked about last week. Since I was a loser in the last 2 weeks, I have my Hall of Fame Canton shot glass. Obviously, I did the bomb last week, but we talked about it. We're going to do a mix of number 4 and number 5 during his honorable mentions, and I'll do my upset while my mouth is on fire. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, so my first pick, fade me. Just take the other team. Just listen to who I pick. Take the other team. Automatic win. Um, Penn State UCLA is my first game. It just feels like to me. What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing. Like, of course, man. You pick like you're picking the worst team in college football right now. Let's just see what he goes with here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Penn State minus 24.5. They didn't look terrible. They didn't look awful against Oregon. They played Penn State football. I mean, that's all you can really ask for. But they are at UCLA this week. I'm not sure if that really matters in an atmosphere type, line movement, whatever advantage. Obviously, it's not. It's 24.5. So UCLA could barely even put up numbers against Northwestern at a place that seats 10,000 people on Lake Michigan. I mean, I feel so bad. We were Nico like lovers last year. Um,
The
it looks
worst.
that's also a really bad look for us. Um, but yeah, I mean, the only problem is I think Penn State kind of matriculates the ball a little bit. They're not like a big shot team. They kind of like to they like to run. They have two good running backs. They used to be really good last couple of years, but this year has been a little weird. They haven't been running the ball as well. Drew Aller supposed to be a top 10 pick. We'll see if he actually is. I don't know if he's that good, but um, overall their defense is going to stop Nico and that offense. I don't think UCLA is putting up more than 10 points. And I think it's going to be a comfortable, 35-10, 38-10 win, if even that. So 24.5 feels good to me. So, like you said, probably the obvious choice. I want to see actually what the lines say here. Yeah, 69% have Penn State.
Nice. That's good vibes
Um,
right there. 69%. It's
that
good
helps. Yeah,
vibes.
that
Good
helps. I like
vibes.
that's a good number. We all like that number. And the over 55%. So about down the middle for the 49.5. So they're actually kind of thinking 35-10 too. So kind of in that range. So we'll see. We'll take Penn State covering. That's, I guess. We'll see what happens.
You sound like a defeated man over there.
I am.
I
Completely
looked
defeated.
at this. I looked at this game too, and I thought to myself, like, there's no way Penn State's gonna. Penn State, like, they should just go out there, beat the shit out of UCLA, just get out some aggression. But it's Penn State. I can't trust Penn State's offense. Maybe you bust a couple big runs. UCLA is the worst. UCLA might not win a game this year. They are so bad. This is a horrible football team. We did see Allen get going towards the end of that Oregon game. They were able to bust out a couple of runs there. So get the running backs going. Penn State should cover this line. It's a 2:30 game. I like that too. It's middle of the day. Nothing like super late, or, if it was super early, that would help Penn State.
I mean, also Oregon proved that you can go across the country and win in a place. I mean, obviously UCLA is not going to be a crazy environment, but they do have to travel across the country. Like they proved Oregon's a big time program, but like they proved you can go across the country and cover and win. So I don't know.
I mean, Oregon's really good. I think we just discovered Oregon's really good. Their offense was kind of struggled early. Now you see why the NFL guys love Dante Moore. Dante Moore's got it. I don't know what it is, but he's got it. He was calm, cool, and collected. That third down throw on the scramble was just amazing. Like, he's so good.
Even the fumble that he had on the handoff, like he felt like he was still in control, jumped on the ball, didn't freak out. Like, he's a good quarterback from UCLA. Well, no, wait, he was USC, but no, he's UCLA. Yeah.
UCLA guy. Yep. UCLA letting go of good quarterbacks. What else is new? That's UCLA over here. All right, for my first one, we're going Big 12. A team that's been a little disappointing and a team that has been very disappointing. And that is Baylor, Kansas State, live from McLean Stadium in Waco, Texas. This game, the line is 6.5 Baylor, Kansas State getting 6.5. Now, Kansas State's getting hot, baby. They won a football game last week. Went out and actually beat a UCF team that Vegas seems to like. Vegas seems to like UCF over here. They won by 14. They took care of business over there. We're not going to talk about everything else that Kansas State's gone through this year. Baylor, on the other hand, they've had some tough losses. Week 1 against Auburn, a game where they just didn't learn. All you have to do is contain Jackson Arnold, and he can't throw the football, which I was literally shouting as I was on the field there. But big wins against SMU, big, putting up numbers. Another heartbreak loss to McLean. This team hasn't won against a real opponent at home this year. They beat Samford. Congratulations. But look good against Oklahoma State. I'm glad they took care of business. I like the Bears in this one. Baylor's offense is very good. Sawyer Robinson's a good quarterback. They've had some bad beats at home this year against real opponents. Kansas State is terrible. Avery Johnson, also another quarterback who can't throw. He can just run. So I think they learned from Jackson Arnold. Just put a spy, make homie throw the football. He cannot. His dad and his brother will then fight each other in the stands, and we'll all get a little entertainment there. I like the Bears this week. Baylor is just a better football team. They're moving the ball. They can throw the ball. I trust them. I mean, even the losses, like they scored 24 against Arizona State. Arizona State's a good football team. The Auburn game's weird. Their defense is good, though, Auburn. They scored 24 against Auburn. Auburn has a very good defense. I just don't think Kansas State's going to be able to hang here. I think it's an early game, too. Might be
11 a.m.
I think it is an 11 a.m. game.
Yeah.
It is an 11 a.m. game. Love that. Love that. Let's get the, everyone's up. They don't get too rowdy in Waco, so they'll be good to go no matter what. Get some soda pop in you or something. So I'm taking Baylor minus 6.5. I just think Kansas State kind of blows.
Baylor just seems to me like a kind of a steady type team. Like they're not going to lose to the bad teams, and they're not going to like rise up and destroy or just win against the really good teams. They're like they are who they are kind of type of team. I mean, Arizona State, good team, like you said. And they lose by 3. Okay, I mean that's a hard fought game. Arizona State was in the college football playoff last year. Like good team. So not a bad loss to them. And then Auburn, first game of the year, kind of tough, but they were at home. They probably didn't know much about Jackson Arnold. They knew a little bit, I'm sure, from Oklahoma, but not much. They probably didn't think he was going to run like crazy like that. So lose by 14, but they were in that game the entire time too, and ended up losing.
Late. It was a late touchdown that Auburn kind of iced it with.
So I feel like they're just a pretty steady team. Yeah, Kansas State. Avery Johnson's not good. He's a little pretty boy who can't throw. Kind of looks like a girl, but that's
He
another.
does. I hate his
Uh,
hair. That stupid curly long hair drives me crazy. Looks like
yeah,
was
as
is that
long as they
Auburn?
can
Yeah, like I
as
hate
long
hair
as they
like
can
that.
contain him, like you said, I don't see an issue with Baylor. They're going to throw the ball like crazy. They have a high powered offense. They're going to get done. So I like this line. I didn't have it as one of my honorable mentions, but I think if I had like 4.5, I probably would have taken it. But
That's
six and a
probably
half,
good.
not
It's
bad.
not on your
It's
list. That
another
means
touchdown.
this
So.
is a lock. It's not on Scott's list. It's a lock. Check it.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
the win.
Take Kansas State. No.
All right.
Um,
What's your second one?
let's see. Let's see here. Let me get to it real quick since I went over to the Baylor game. Second game here we have Boise and Notre Dame. Um, Notre Dame's looks like 20.5 right now. Boise had the weird loss early on to South Florida, pretty ugly. But since then, they haven't played like a great team, but they put up a lot of good numbers: 51, 49, 47. So they're figuring it out without Genty. Like I said, not great teams. They've App State, Air Force, and Eastern Washington. Yeah, CJ Carr's also figured it out for Notre Dame. He's starting to kind of get into his little bit of a rhythm. I think they're going to be a college football playoff team. They're going to win out. I feel like they stomped Purdue, stomped Arkansas last week with a decent. They played pretty well on offense too, but they couldn't do anything. They couldn't stop Jeremiah Love for anything.
They got Big Titty Pittman fired. Congratulations. They finally got him out of there.
Yeah, finally.
Bobby Petrino back in action, boys.
I was tired of looking at those titties. Those are just disgusting. But yeah, for this one, I'm taking the over. I like the points in this one. I got it at 62.5. Yeah, I think both offenses will come out to play. Only problem I think for me is Notre Dame might stop them a little bit. Yeah, Notre Dame. I mean, if Boise puts up 14, then we're looking at 38 points. It's got to be a stomping. So it's got to be a relatively close game for that to happen. I feel like it's got to be like 30s, 20s type of game, like 35-28 or something like that. The spread doesn't say that. It says it's going to be, a 3-touchdown game. So hopefully Notre Dame scores a bunch, gets a little bit from Boise State, maybe 21, I don't know, 14, 21, 17, something like that. And we can cover. But yeah, both teams have kind of started to kind of figure it out a little bit after early losses. So I'm going to take the over 62.5 Notre Dame and Boise State.
I like the over. Notre Dame's hit the over in every game this year. Like, they gave up 27 to Miami week 1, and then 40 to us, 30 to Purdue, which Purdue's not that bad, hint, hint. 13 to Arkansas last week, but, like, Arkansas sucks. Boise, kind of the same thing, 37 they gave up to Air Force. Yeah, Air Force. Air Force kind of sucks, too, this year. So I like this. Good points. Notre Dame's offense is really good. Their offense is really good. Their defense is not nearly as good as it's been in years past, which is kind of weird to see. Do love me some CJ Carr out there. And then, obviously, Jeremiah Love, best running back in the country. He is an absolute dog. So I like this. I like this one. Yeah. Points. Give us points. Boise State, let's see. I like that they kind of got it figured out after the first early game. They realized, like, oh, we can do other things besides just hand it to a non-running back named Ashton Genty. They tried to run the same offense as last year. You can't do that.
Not gonna work.
So this is a good one. Love the over. I'm glad you're not taking the points because it kind of scares me with Notre Dame. What is the line, like 20.5 or something like that?
Yeah, 20.5.
20.5. Kind of a scary number for Notre Dame over there. So good pick. Like the over. So naturally, Notre Dame's going to win this game 24.
Take the under.
Yeah, 24-3. Notre Dame's going to win this game.
Yeah.
Right? Cover and the over. All right, my next one. What did I pick for my next game? I think I have a total as well. No. Okay. We hinted at this earlier. The upset spot. Virginia. Look at the Cavs, baby. Taking down top 10 ranked FSU. 95 throwbacks. We had it. It was a Friday night. We didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. Crazy game. They're going to Louisville this week. Louisville 4-0, looking pretty good in the ACC. Probably your favorite to win the ACC, or at least get to the ACC championship game. Even though they're unranked, the haters going to hate, I guess, for Louisville. This is a classic letdown spot for the Cavs right here. Louisville's only laying 6.5 at home. I like that it's under the touchdown. Virginia's been good this year, though. Virginia, they lost week 1 to NC State. They lost by 4. Lots of covers all over. I guess week 2. They covered everything this year. People have not quite figured out the Virginia line. They now have the Virginia line set appropriately. They hit all overs as well. Louisville been pretty strong on the year. Took care of a good Oh, that was last year. They haven't really played much. They have one real game. That was at Pitt. Kind of real game. They covered 6.5. They didn't really cover against James Madison or Bowling Green or Eastern Kentucky, but I don't give a shit about monster lines. Louisville's fine. This is just a letdown spot for Virginia. I think Virginia's good. All the emotions, all the excitement. They're set to lay a dud. Bad spot for them. So give me Louisville minus 6.5. Kind of more of a Virginia fade, and I think Louisville's a solid team all around.
No, I mean, you said it. Like I feel like after a really high intensity game last week for Virginia, going to Tallahassee and winning that game and killing a person, trampling a man. Or actually, I guess they were at Virginia.
They were at home. They were at home.
Yeah, they were at home.
Yes,
Sorry,
they did trample a man.
Squirrel's dead. They trampled a man. Maybe they feel bad about that and come out a little flat. Who knows? But yeah, I had it too. It's on my honorable mentions. Louisville has Miller Moss. Like he's a good quarterback. Like good transfer quarterback from USC.
He's fine.
Last year. I mean, they're a good team. And like you said, I think this is a classic. Coming off an emotional win. You know, was it double overtime or just regular? Just
double.
One
I think it was double. Baby. We got 2 overtimes.
Double overtime at home. Yeah, classic letdown. It's 6.5 is a lot. Felt like it'd be a little bit less just because it's Virginia. They're ranked now, but yeah, just one touchdown. I feel like they can cover that. Louisville's also at home, so that helps too. Like I said, I had it as well, so like the pick a lot.
All right.
Let's see here for my third pick. Could have been my upset pick, but it's not. I'm just going to take the other side. Michigan State, Nebraska.
Okay.
For some reason, I'm feeling Michigan State in this game. Spread kind of keeps going up a little bit. It looks like 12.5. I'm getting over here. In some places, I got it at 11.5, so it's kind of creeping up for Nebraska. I don't know. I just feel like that's too many points. It's going to be closer in a little Big Ten kind of a classic matchup. Maybe not classic. Nebraska hasn't been in the Big Ten for that long, but yeah, I feel like it's kind of going to be like a classic sort of defensive game. 49 points is the total here. So a lot of teams are on the under right now, or a lot of pickers are on the under. It says 55%, but I'm seeing a lot of sharp bettors on the under. So that means every point is worth a little bit more. And we're getting it over that 10-point number at 11.5. So I don't know. I watched that Michigan State USC game and I wasn't super impressed, but I feel like they can go out and beat a Nebraska team. They put up a good fight against USC, but Aiden Giles he's formidable, good quarterback, does his job. Nothing special, but he'll go out there and beat Patty Mahomes Jr. I feel like in this one. I have it plus 350 if you want the money line, but I'm going to take Michigan State plus 11.5.
Interesting one. Cincinnati's probably really regretting they lost that game to Nebraska. They probably should have won that game week 1 on the road. Putting Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead in front of actual Patrick Mahomes made them play good, I guess, and they didn't even play that good. No. Nebraska's looked a little bit better, though. They scored some points on Michigan. They never thought they were going to win that game. But, yeah, this is a classic Big Ten kind of weird, ugly, low-scoring game. I prefer the points over the upset. You're getting a big number, 11.5. That's a good number here. Keep it close. You Nebraska escapes with like a 6-point, 4-point win, some weird back and forth game. Defenses make plays. I'm not on this. I don't know. It feels too easy to fade Nebraska, but Nebraska's always shit. Nebraska hasn't beaten anybody ever. Like, what did they lost? Like 28 straight ranked opponent games or something stupid like that. And Michigan State, yeah, they're fine. That was a weird USC game. They're due for an upset. This would make sense. I don't think they're going to beat Michigan or Ohio State. I don't even know if they play Ohio State or Penn State, or Indiana. So this would be a good upset spot if Michigan State's going to get one. So yeah, sure. I like Sparty over Nebraska. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he sucks.
Yeah, it's not a game I'm going to watch. I feel like it's going to be kind of a boring game. But yeah, Michigan State does have, they have Indiana, they have Michigan, Penn State. They do have Penn State at home, Iowa, Maryland. So pretty good matchups they got to attend to later in the season too. So we'll see if they're actually any good. But I don't know. This just feels like a spot where they can probably at least cover, sprinkle a little on the money line if you want to. But yeah, guess we'll see.
All right, I want some Big 12 pandemonium here. We're going Big 12. We want pandemonium. We want points, baby. We're betting a Big 12 over. This is what life was made for. Big 10 unders, Big 12 overs. Let's get juiced up here. Colorado traveling to Fort Worth, Texas to take on the Texas Christian Horned Frogs. I know Scott has a bitter taste in his mouth after TCU shit that game away, but Hoover is a good quarterback. He's a very good college quarterback, in fact. They can move the football. And Colorado hasn't been a dumpster fire. Like, they've been able to score some points. They lost a tough game against BYU, but they covered. I mean, that was one of Scott's losers right there. Colorado covered against BYU. Good game. Defense has been a little bit better than I thought they were going to be. Offense has been totally fine. But I think this one gets kind of bananas out there. 6:30 in Fort Worth. Let's get some points, brother. I'm going over 57.5 in this game. I think Hoover lights up this Colorado defense. 4 touchdowns. Give me 5, baby. And Colorado is actually going to bounce back. TCU's defense is not very good either. They feel fine, but they shit that game away against Arizona State. They gave up 24 to SMU, who didn't do anything. UNC sucks. That's not even a real football game at this point. But Colorado 37 against Wyoming, who has a pretty good defense. 21 against BYU, who also has a good defense. 20 against Houston. That's fine, but they gave up 36 to Houston. Connor Wegman ain't that good. So this one's going to be fun. This one's going to be lots of points. I kind of also like TCU here at 13.5 under the 2 touchdown number because Colorado will fade late, but this is a fun one. I wish this game was a little bit later. It's 6:30 at night. I wish this game was like an 8:30 kickoff. I want a little Big 12 after dark madness. So should be a lot of offense in this one. Give me the over 57.5 for Colorado and TCU.
Yeah, I went back on my honorable mentions here, and I have TCU again. So Godspeed. I don't know if it's going to happen. They'll probably win by 7 or something. But yeah, I'm looking for a lot of points here. TCU's been putting them up all year. Doesn't really matter who they face. That first game against UNC wasn't like a shocker, but it was like, wow, these guys can score at will. Like I talked about last week with McAllister, he's a dog. I don't think he even played last week against Arizona State. I don't think he got in. I didn't see anything from him, but I didn't see that actually. Yeah, I don't think he played last week. So that's one more reason. He had 1 target, so he must have got hurt. If he comes back and plays this week, good luck stopping him. You don't have Travis Hunter on the field anymore. So, yeah, a lot of points coming. And I think TCU is gonna take over and win by 14 at least. I feel like, but a lot of points.
All right, give us your honorable mentions and then prep that shot, big dog.
Alrighty, we got Washington and Maryland over 53.5. Washington, good offense. Didn't really show it last week against Ohio State, but
it's Ohio State. Ohio State's got a great defense. They got the best defense.
They're a little, they're a little upper echelon team. I think against Maryland they'll put up some points. So 53.5 in that one. Like I said, TCU covering in that one. Weirdly enough, coming off a tough loss at Virginia, I like Florida State back at home plus 4.5 against Miami. They played really, really, really good at home. Obviously, they beat Alabama at home, but I'd have to look it up. But the other wins they have at home are just stompings, straight up and against the spread. They've covered by a long shot. at home. So I'll take the points against Miami there. Miami's a great team. I'm not dogging them, but look for a pretty close matchup in that one. And then I had Louisville -6.5. I didn't go crazy this week because I was so bad last week. I had 12 picks last week. I have 8 this week. So yeah, just trying to get back on the board here to make people like me again. They probably don't like me anymore. I'd like to see what my overall record is. I have it all written down here, but man, I'm probably around 25%. So just fade me.
Might be
Yeah,
negative 25%. All right, my honorable mentions. I kind of like Purdue plus 9.5 against Illinois. Nice little, Illinois is just in a really bad spot. Like Indiana, huge game, huge emotional win, bounce back against USC. I liked it better at 10.5. It's been bet all the way down to 9.5. I'm feeling dandy. I kind of like Vandy, baby, plus 10.5 against Alabama. Vanderbilt's like actually a good team. Scored 50 points in back-to-back games for the first time since like 1915. Bama's going to win that game. They're not going to fall for that again after a big win against Georgia. I think Vandy just keeps it close. 10.5 is a good number for us. I wouldn't go with the full upset there. Oh, Scott is struggling. I also like Florida. Florida plus 7 against Texas. The rumblings out of Austin are not good. They do not know what they're getting out of Arch Manning. Like, there is some serious concern if you listen to the Russillo podcast last week, or yesterday, I should say. Like, Florida's defense is great. This is a playoff caliber defense, and their offense is so fucking bad. So I just think they keep it close. There's some real worry in Austin that Arch Manning just might be bad over there. I also like, where is this over? I forget. I like the over in the Arkansas State Texas State game. I forget what the number is. I like the over in that game. I have it written down somewhere for that. So those are my honorable mentions for this week. Scott, plug it down and give us your upset.
Mix up with the saltine I had from last week. Actually, I don't know if I can. Is this good enough? Is that enough for you?
Enough.
All right. Oh my God. Anyone say a prayer for me in the chat?
No. They just
Nobody
said cheers.
All right. Cheers to being awful. Fade. Cheers to fading me.
Fade Scott. Fade Scott. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Not taste good.
No, it's just a lot. Oh. It's definitely not as bad as last week, but oh my God.
You did drop down a couple levels this week at least.
Yeah, the bomb is something that's no joke. This is hot, but I'm not gonna die. I don't think I'm gonna might need a little milk later, but oh man. All right, just don't be bad, and I don't have to do that shit. That's
True.
That's motivation.
Get good, nerd.
Don't be so bad. I was gonna say the bad word, but all right. Yeah, it's hot, but we're hanging in there. For my upset, we are going. If I can pull it up here, we're going. I think it's the latest game of the week.
Oh no, we got the same pick.
Damn. And I didn't have an. I can choose another one, but
no, I don't have another one. Like, I hate it. Let's just ride it. It'll be fun. Let's just ride it together.
All right, we're both going Cal plus 130. It was just such a weird line for me. I feel like Duke's like good, like really, really good.
They've been inconsistent,
really good,
Duke. They've been kind of all over the place.
Yeah, playing that late. Obviously they're going to be in California. It's a 7:30 kickoff in California, but
10:30 local time for Duke. For,
yeah,
10:30.
Yeah, local time for Duke is 10:30. But I don't know. They beat up on Syracuse last week at Syracuse. Decent team. NC State they beat. Like they're good, and I don't know. Cal, they've put up that stinker against San Diego State, but otherwise they're just kind of okay. This line just felt like Duke probably should be favored in this one, so it just felt kind of ratty to pick Duke. So yeah, I took Cal on this one, plus 130. It just feels like an odd line.
I
struggling talking right now.
I,
It was just a weird line for me. I didn't like the line. If you want me to pick Michigan State, I'll do it. If you
no,
give me
no,
an
no,
extra,
no. That's
if you
already
give me an
winning.
extra point for getting something plus 350, I'll do it.
No. So yeah, Duke was weird. Like Illinois, that game was kind of close. And then the spiraled. The Tulane game was a big dud, but I don't know. That was weird. Syracuse was missing their quarterback last week, I think. They were missing somebody. That's why that game kind of spiraled out of control. I didn't do any deep diving on the Cal San Diego State game. Something must have happened. This team getting housed by San Diego State. Somebody must have died. They must have had like their backup third string quarterback or something, because like they beat a pretty good Minnesota team. Minnesota's not bad in the Big Ten. They beat, I mean, Oregon State sucks, but they handled Oregon State. And they beat Boston College isn't terrible either. They're 1-3, but they're not bad. They're fine.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like Cal couldn't run the ball, one, and then the freshman was Sagapula or whatever. I think he's a lefty freshman. He's decent.
He's good.
He's good. He threw two picks, about less than 50% passing. So
he may have had a freshman game. Sometimes you just have a freshman game. You're 18 years old. You sometimes just have a freshman game, because he lit up Oregon State.
And it doesn't look like San Diego State did anything like special. I mean, their number one receiver he was 9 for 154. Otherwise, they did fine. I mean, passing, they kind of lit them up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. This one just seems a little weird, and I like taking the dog in this one.
Yeah, it wasn't a great week for upsets either. There was like a lot of like, if you wanted to get a little ballsy, there was some decent action, but there wasn't anything like, oh man, this one's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a good game. Like, are we gonna go like full degenerate, like Iowa State, Cincinnati? Iowa State's getting 1.5 points. I don't even know if that meets our criteria.
I couldn't pick against Iowa State again. That just wasn't gonna happen. I've done it like 3 times already this year.
No, Iowa State is the dog.
That was what I was looking at.
Iowa State's the dog against Cincinnati.
That's what okay. Yeah, I was gonna pick against them, but yeah, I can't keep fooling Iowa State.
I kind of liked Purdue. Like maybe Illinois is just in like another team that's just in a weird letdown spot after kind of a hectic 2 weeks for them. I don't know. Are we gonna go full degen and bet Temple UTSA? Like, yeah, baby, I'm locked in on that. The Roadrunners over here. It's just a weird week. I don't have the balls to pick Florida either to win that game. That offense is so dog shit.
I do like them with the points, but
yeah,
no upset. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, so it wasn't a great spread this week, and maybe I could have just trolled and faded A&M 14.5. Just take Mississippi State in those stupid fucking cowbells this week to go full troll mode. But yeah, weird week for upset. All right, recap it and we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we're going Penn State minus 24.5 at UCLA. Notre Dame Boise over 62.5. Michigan State plus the points 11.5 at Nebraska. And then our dual dog, Cal plus 130 against Duke in the late game, late window.
I like that. It gives us something to watch together last night of the game. Everyone's got to stay up and hang out and be merry and watch us suck. All right, I got Baylor minus 6.5 versus Kansas State. I got Louisville minus 6.5 against Virginia. I got Colorado and TCU over 57.5, and we're going with the Cal Golden Bears at plus 130 over the Duke Blue Devils in like an interesting quarterback matchup. Maybe a couple of future first-round guys in this matchup. But that's going to do it for us this week. Appreciate everybody stopping by. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content for you guys. If you want to go watch a football game, head on over to SeatGeek.com. Use code afterthereview for $20 off your first purchase. That's SeatGeek.com. Code afterthereview for $20 off your first purchase. There'll be more hot sauce divvied out throughout the year, so be sure to check back in every Thursday and Friday for all the college football betting action. Again, like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you all tomorrow.